Hey everybody, this is Eric Clark's Travel Videos, and I'm at Roma Termini, and I'm going to show you what the terminal looks like. And it's interesting because usually when you come in from where I'm at, it's always the end location. So let's look here. So you can see up there that I'm at platform 28 and 27 is next to me. And the farthest one you can get to is over there, 29. So literally, this is the end of it. So 29. So 29 is the end, which means that if this is 29, that there are 29 tracks the other way. And so the walk from this one, and I've done this many a times, to the other end. So like this is one end. It's like a big U. Imagine it's like a horseshoe almost, or the letter U. And on one end is 29, and on the other end is 1. And what's interesting about this is it's like they had to add these extra tracks. So here's track 25, and so you end up having to walk all the way back, and you'll get to the very bottom of the U part. And then once you get there, that's where most of the tracks are, but it's a mile, 1 mile from 29, and then it doesn't just stop at 1. It goes to S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, and so on and so on. And they're way over on the other side as well. And so you can look over there. That's where those tracks are. And so it is crazy. So if you have to get from one side to the other side, and you have less than, I'd say 17 minutes, for me anyway, if you have less than 17 minutes, you're not going to make it. I can do it in about 17 minutes if I flat out bust butt. This will get you to the metro and to the airport too. But I don't know if you can see all the way across all those platforms. It's like way over there. So we're gonna walk, and I'm gonna get to the base. And when I say the base, I mean the base of the U. So imagine I'm on one leg of the U, and the other side is the other leg of the U, and we're gonna get to the base so you can understand what it looks like. And it's a madhouse. I mean, it literally is. I mean, you can see how many people are walking here. So it's crazy. But we'll show you. Euskita's exit, Binaria's platform, Binari platform. And so you can see right in front of me it says 24 on that sign, and then over there you can see where it says 23 and 22. So I've been filming for how long now? 4 minutes, and I'm getting close to the base down here. But this is a good experience for you guys. So if you're coming to Rome and you're catching trains and you're connecting at trains, what you should be aware of and how it all works. Because if you're not, I mean, lots of times they'll give you a ticket and they'll have 7 minutes in between, and you think, okay, no big deal. I just have to go from, 9 to 14. Well, 9 to 14 wouldn't be so bad. 9 to 29, terrible. 14 to 1, terrible. If it has an S in front of it, like S1, 2, 3, 4, you aren't making it. Because again, it's the other side of that U. How much does it cost you, Eric, to get from Roma San Pietro, which is the Vatican, to here, to Termini? €1. And it's really easy to buy the ticket, but almost every time it's a credit card. So, which isn't bad. I'd rather pay with a credit card. That was another thing I was going to mention for all the people that are coming this way. Get maybe 40 euros and then never touch any of them. Pay everything you possibly can with a credit card. I'd say 99.5% of the places pay with or accept credit card. But that way you get a good exchange rate. You're not pulling out wads of cash. You're not going to an ATM. If you go to an ATM here, you're going to get zinged with the fees of the ATM, and then you get zinged with their fees and everything else. So it is, I don't know. Every time I withdraw money, it's an extra like $8 or $11 to get the money. Okay, so finally, we have made it to the end. It's 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So this is the inn, and let me show you what this looks like. Because it's a cluster too. And there's helper people here, customer assistance. This is what this looks like. Oh my gosh. And they have big boards here. So they have arrivals and departures. So these are departures. So what you do is you find your thing, your train number. So like that first one is IC 510, and it tells you it's leaving at 9:57 at track 21. It's flashing like that, means that it is here and boarding, and it is now boarding. And you can see where the gates are: 4, 21, 7, 28, 20, 23. The ones without a gate means that they don't have a gate yet. And that's another thing that's hard. If you get used to going to a certain track every time, I go to Tivoli every day. Okay, well, that train ain't gonna be at that same track or that platform every day. And this is what this looks like. And there's, I bet 1 million people go through here a day. I mean, it is just crazy. So we're at 13 now. So we're at halfway to the regular numbers. We're not even close to the S's. The S's, you have to go way down there and then turn right and walk way, way, way down there and then get on the left side of that one and get into the S's. And they let everything in here. Dogs, cats, we've seen ferrets. I've seen cats on leashes. Oop. So anyway, this is what this looks like. And I'm not going to walk all the way over to the S's. I just wanted to show you what to expect. And then to get into this area, see how these say closed, these gates? The only way you can get in is to badge your ticket. Once you do your ticket, because it'll have a barcode on it. See the little barcode on mine? You scan that and then the door will open. If you try to come in the wrong way, these cops sitting here, they will stop you. So let me show you what this looks like. So do you see how far down that is? I mean, it literally is, it's at least a half a mile all the way down, and then you still have to get on the left side and then still go another 200 yards. It is a long, I'm telling you, I can do it in 17 minutes if I am busting. And I got long legs, being 6'3.5", well, 3 3/4. Just kidding. It's a long way. So to get out, you can go to any of these ones that say exit, and that's fine. But getting in is a whole nother story. And there's boards that tell you all the time, arrivi, arrivals, partenza, departures. Let me show you what else is in here, just so you know. So entry prohibited, and there's a McDonald's, and there's lines for cafes and everything else. This is the main staging area, and this is where I'd say 80% of the people wait to find out where their train's gonna be. And so they're always constantly looking at that board, and checking their ticket, trying to find the exact right one. And you get a mishmash of people too. You get, not only do you get the Italians, which is, I'd say 60%, but there's just all the other people that are English or Japanese or Chinese or from Romania or Brussels or wherever, you know what I mean? But this is pretty much the hanging out area. And you see those are closed, those are usually exits. Let me show you an entry one so that you know what that looks like. And there's little restaurants and delis. They do expect a premium. So if you go to get a coffee, you're going to pay $5. You want a beer, it's going to be $6, $7. So here's the entrance. You see where it says entrance? We'll watch this guy. So he scans his thing. You're fine. He tries to scan his thing, and then it lets him in. And he still has the red light, so she's got to do the thing. You're doing fine. And it's kind of tricky. But anyway, they're doing their thing. But you have to scan to get in. And you can see that we've walked back this way now. And we aren't even into the other section. This is just pretty much the staging section. And they do have a McDonald's. I'll go to McDonald's here too, and I'll do a video there just so you can see what the prices look like, and I'll get a little hamburger or something. It just always brings me back to home, you know what I mean? Not that I go to McDonald's all the time at home. It's a fattening as hell, but and they got a Vodafone, and this Vodafone's more expensive than the rest, and they are not linked by any stretch of the imagination. You go to one Walmart in America, and all Walmarts are the same. You can buy something at one Walmart and return it at a different Walmart, but that's not the way it goes here. The first thing they'll ask you is, did you buy it here? And your answer is going to be no. And then they're going to be like, tough luck, get out, you know? And so that's the way that goes. So that's the staging area. Now, let's get into the walk around area and the pickpocket area, and my shoe's untied. I'm going to stop this and tie my shoe. I'll be back. That lady, I think, was following me too. Anyway, okay, so this is the regular area. So if your train's going to be more than like an hour, this is pretty much where you hang out. And they have more shops. And then there's another set of shops on the other side, and ticket offices and everything else. But this is the pickpocket area. I would stay away from this area and the other area, and I'd get to your train as quickly as you possibly could. And even if you use your ticket and just to get into that area, unless you need food or something, or you need, refreshments, or you have to buy something, don't hang out in either of these two areas. That's just my advice. Have I ever lost my wallet here? No. But I certainly see shady characters in this area. This way you don't need a ticket to be in here. If you're on a train, you have to have a ticket. Does that make sense? So the only way you can get into that area is to buy a ticket. A criminal's not usually going to want to buy a ticket to pickpocket you or to steal something out of your bag or what have you. Does that all make sense? This area is a free-for-all. And again, let me explain this to you too. There's multiple levels to all of this. The metros are below us. The terminals for the trains are down here. But there's a whole shopping slew of crap upstairs. And you can see all the trains and everything else. And so, literally everybody, this place is huge. Be safe. Wallet's in the front pocket, unless you have a button or a Velcro or some kind of way to keep it safe. It's chained to your leg. Anything like that. And you can see some people just kind of wandering around with no bags, without anything, just kind of hanging. Yeah. That just kind of, to me, screams... they're just waiting to find you. And, sometimes they work in pairs, so be aware of that, too. Anyway, this is the Termini, the main terminal station for Rome, Termini. And there's police all over. You start screaming, there will be somebody here in, I would say, within a minute or two. And all these people will be looking at you, too. So, anyway, okay, everybody. That's it. And you can see, again, this gives a little bit of a clearer picture of how big this is. Anyway, characters. That's it, everybody. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. So this is front of Roma Termini, the outside area. And one of the things I didn't discuss with you is I mentioned that the metros are all below us, right? All the metro stations. And there's only two lines here in Rome, A and B. They try to put in a C and a D. Every time they go anywhere, they end up running into some Roman ruins. And that's the end of that adventure. And then there has to be a stop and a cease and desist order, and then they have to go through and check it all out and make sure that what it is, and is it something that we need to, find out another way around, and then they end up hitting another one. But what I didn't mention is the buses. If you're doing buses, this is the bus station out here. And so this area is huge too. And it's all, you can see up there where it says Termini A and B, those are the metro lines. But this area right here is the stages, and you can see the buses leaving. And those numbers change pretty regularly up on top. So you can see that one says, right now it says 46, 7, 16, and 90. But there is just buses. And they're parked everywhere, and they come and go just as fast. So buses are out front, Termini is behind us. That should get you a good start on where to go and to get somewhere you want to go. That's it, everybody. Oh, look, a trash can. Oh, look, it's empty. It's a miracle. Okay, bye, everybody.